So there's this game I started playing a long time ago, like 6 years ago maybe. It was a while ago, and it was Need for Speed Most Wanted. It was the original version, came out a long time ago, and it was one of my favorite Need for Speed games of all time. It had cops, it had a kind of cheesy, but still it had a story, and it had lots of cars. You could customize the cars. It was all free roam. You could drive everywhere. And it just felt like a really good arcade racing game, like even Midnight Club games. Those are what I played before. I also played the Underground Need for Speed games and Hot Pursuit, so the original one at least. So I really liked the original Need for Speed Most Wanted. And this year, actually, EA relaunched Need for Speed Most Wanted. Again, a new version of Most Wanted, and it's a little bit different. It's still called Most Wanted, but it's kind of Most Wanted, but with the EA's newer engine. So instead of having just like you hit some car, you have a cool little animation when you hit it, and it's all like pretty looking. So it's kind of, if you know what I'm talking about, how Need for Speed, like the original ones, all had the same engine, like Most Wanted Carbon, same engine. Well, this game, it kind of has the same engine as some other games, like Need for Speed The Run or Hot Pursuit, the newer ones. And that is not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It just means that this game has good graphics, same engine as Battlefield 3, that it feels like that. And I think it's a good thing. Game looks good. All the lighting, the texture. Of course, it's on PC, so it's running a lot better. It looks a lot better on the PC than it does on, say, a console. Console probably have all these effects, so lighting, that's like all the textures. But this game, it just looks good. That's one of the things I like about it. And it's also free roaming. That's something that we didn't want to see with Need for Speed The Run. It just kind of, you go from race to race to race, and I can get a car there so you can see that little look there. Hit a car kind of like crashes, car all breaks in. It's kind of cool. I actually prefer the front view. I don't like seeing the car behind me because I get distracted looking at the car. I like this view, more realistic in a way. You can see the steering wheel, the hood, but there aren't really any other options for anything like that. But this game, I started playing it like a couple days ago. It might have been weeks now since I uploaded these things right after I created videos. But yeah, this game starts out with very different from other Need for Speed games. You essentially started out with a car, and then you say you can drive up to other cars and jump in them. So as you can see, there's a little icon, like a steering wheel icon on the map. Those icons don't show up until you find cars. Like here's the Lamborghini. I found that, and it says press Q to drive car. So press Q, it'll jump me into it. And then I'll be driving that new car, as you can see here. And the other car will still be here. I don't know if I can get into it again. But essentially, you can jump from car to car, and each car has a specific set of races. So you can see here there's some races. I've done these two right here. Oops. And if I jump into the other Lamborghini, it'll let me. Might have driven to the front of it or something. And if I get into the other Lamborghini, there you go. You'll have a different set of races, and I did just this one right here. But I'm gonna drive around and maybe find another car. Oh, and if you've already found cars, you can actually jump into here and do change car. And I've found all these cars. I've been spending a lot of time finding different cars, and as you can tell, there's a huge selection of cars. Even the Tesla Road Computer is one of my favorite cars. So I'm gonna jump to it. I could also set the destination. I'll probably do that for the next car I show you. But I essentially jump to it. I don't know if I'll be in it automatically or not. I'm pretty sure I will not, but we'll go ahead and see. Yep, I am. So, as you see, there's the Tesla Roadster, an electric sports car. And you can hear that because the engine's pretty much silent. Just the car. I'm sure maybe you're gonna try to win a race with this. I'm not allowed. But we're going to get nitrous if you win that, and I'm gonna set that to the destination. It's over there, but I'm sure it's going first. So as you can see here, there's a gas station. I drive through it. I'm pretty sure it changes the color of the car, but I also think it repairs it. We can actually probably test that out. to like hit a car. Let's hit him. Not 100% sure to repair the car. May or may not. Let's do a cop. That's not good. And yeah, this is most wanted. Obviously there are cops. Not really the story. I can't tell if they like repaired or not, but change so. And you get bounty by beating cops or winning races. The bounty is used to race blacklist members. As you see there's most wanted cars. I beat the first like 2. And I can race another one, but I haven't. Or I tried, but yeah, I got like second place, but just a little bit.
I'm trying, Pet.
But if you've played other and more recent Need for Speed games, more specifically Need for Speed The Run, you'll be very, very, very familiar with how the cars handle. They handle identically. And I think it's a good thing. It's kind of also the same thing as Hot Pursuit. So I guess if you played more recent Need for Speed games, cars handle just like you would expect. For the most part, cars don't have a really huge difference in handling. They all kind of handle the same. At least by the type, like a muscle car handle like a muscle car, and like an exotic will handle like an exotic. And the same also applies if you run into a car with like Dodge Charger, you're gonna have less chance of the car like crashing. That's something that's kind of neat that was added to this game. You don't see that in most other games. Oh, and unlike Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one, Heat's a little different. Like Heat normally in Most Wanted, the original one, you'd have Heat go up as you're flying. So like you get to level Heat 3, you evade the cops, and your Heat is reset. And no, it's not reset. It stays the same. So if you get to Heat 3 and you get in the other cop chase, you'll be at Heat 3 again. And that's part of what Need for Speed the other one was about, the original Most Wanted. This game, on the other hand, is a little different. Essentially you cool down by going down in heat, which is kind of different, kind of good, kind of bad. But if you get in a new cop chase, you'll automatically get Heat 1, and you'll go up from the top right there. You'll catch me. Big stuff right here. Siren, that's not good. But I see the Heat went down on Cyber almost 2, but then it went down to 1, most of the way down to 1. And once it gets down to 0, no cops, and everything's good. And the same applies to like Heat 5, let's go down, 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 those take longer. Kind of an interesting idea there, unlike other Need for Speed games, but not a bad thing. I actually don't mind it. But you might try to get in a good cop chase. I don't have the nitrous on this car, so that's not necessarily the best thing, because if I get stuck somewhere, it's kind of hard to get out. But I'll just kind of drive around, maybe get to a higher heat, and then see what happens. It's kind of interesting with this car here, because it's silent. It's just, with the electric car, it's silent. And I also like how there are tons of cars in this game, like previously in Speed games. They didn't have a ton of cars, but you customize them. You can customize these cars a whole lot. There would be things like that. Body, you can do things like that. Not much, because not like the appearance, mostly, but like performance upgrades. So I guess it's kind of like that. Kind of miss the upgrades, like customizing the rim, like bumper, the spoiler, those kind of things. I kind of like that, but not actually a bad thing. And another interesting thing is there's not really a currency on this game. Basically, you win races, and by winning those races, you go and unlock things like nitrous, better suspension, those kinds of things. And it's these races and what you unlock is car specific. So if you win nitrous on one car, you don't have nitrous on the other car.
Suspect is currently heading north.
So it's kind of interesting there, but makes sense. And again, for the most part, I really like this game. It's kind of a good jump forward for EA. Previous Need for Speed games are alright. What was it? Pro Speed wasn't very good. Undercover, I think was one after that. That was kind of bad. It just kind of felt old, kind of dated, just not very good. Hot Pursuit, the newer one. Actually, no, Shift came before that. Shift, I did not like those at all. They were like track racing games. They were like Forza, those kind of games. I hated those ones. They did have like kind of like a street racing kind of vibe to them, but didn't like those. They're too realistic, not really arcadey. I like arcade racers, not really like hardcore where you race like a realistic racer. I don't like that, but Undercover after Pro Street, no, what is it? Hot Pursuit came after that. So many game names, but Hot Pursuit came after that. Hot Pursuit was a pretty good game for the most part. I lose anywhere I go. I go backwards. I might get busted. Actually, I'm busted. But if you get busted in this game, if you remember back with Most Wanted, you got busted, you pretty much had to pay a ton of money. If you get busted and if your car gets impounded, you lose your car, and you're pretty much screwed if you get busted. This game, on the other hand, nothing really happens. You just kind of, cops disappear, you don't get the bounty earned from the whole thing, and that's kind of it. So, there's not really any penalty for getting busted, which I don't like. I don't like that. I think you should like lose bounty if you get busted, something like that. Or not bounty, but these points you have to do things. But back to the Need for Speed games. Hot Pursuit. That game was kind of fun, but it just didn't really have the kind of vibe that Need for Speed was famous for. It was kind of just racing. It was kind of like Pro Street, but updated. Or not Pro Street, but Hot Pursuit, but updated. They had the original one way back when, and it was kind of like that, but updated. That game was fun. It just wasn't like Need for Speed. It wasn't street racing, it was, but it just wasn't like free roam. That's what I was trying to get at. Free roam was really what I liked. It just didn't have that. It was a good game. I played it. I liked it. And then Need for Speed The Run, still no free roam, but it had an interesting story. I liked the story. It didn't have a story really, but it had good progression. You race across the country, lots of different cities, lots of different buildings, lots of different everything. I liked that. And that wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. This game I haven't played enough to tell if it's perfect. I'm probably going to do a review eventually, but I have to say this game is better than other Need for Speed games in more recent years. Kind of goes back to the roots, but I'd kind of like to maybe see something like Most Wanted 2, no, not that, but like a Most Wanted remake, same city, same plot, same everything, but remade with these new graphics and new engine, like stuff like that, maybe with a few new cars. Something like that would be cool. Oh, there's different kind of race modes. This one, essentially, you're trying to have the highest speed throughout the thing. In this case, it's 110 miles an hour. Your average is 111, so that's kind of how it works there. You have to be as fast as possible. Don't hit cars, because then your speed goes down, as you can tell. I'm not the best at these games. Consider I'm playing constantly, just playing in my spare time. And Need for Speed games are usually, more recently, been short, so I beat them pretty quickly. Kind of lose feel of engine for most of the year. So I'm still getting used to this game. I've only had it for a few days, but it still feels the same. So if you like just finished Need for Speed The Run, you'll be right at home with this game. Look at that, really hurt. And you can see up there there's the distance ahead until the finish. You can see the finish up there. The markers are kind of cool in this game, and it's honestly one of my favorite parts of this game. The markers look great. And there, I beat it. And I unlocked off-road tires and burn nitrous. You can apply them by doing the right control. On PC, I'm playing on PC, most people will be on console. And I customized the controls too, because they're all like messed up, like those WASD keys, that kind of stuff. But as soon as the nitrous and everything shows up, I'll show you how it works. And actually, it's very similar to other Need for Speed games. Ooh, another Most Wanted race. I need to do the one before it though, but essentially you are driving, and there's a negative bar about the speed. You get it for doing things like drifting, driving on opposite sides of the lanes, or opposite lanes, so you can see donut, drifting, get on the opposite lane. This is oncoming, near misses, yeah, things like that. That's how you get top over there, but that's how you get nitrous. Yeah, they say kind of max it out pretty much. Shift nitrous, custom button, of course. It speeds you up. It's not anything insane, but it's something. Off-road tires are another thing, because normally if you drive off-road, your speed goes down, especially in low tire exotic cars like the Ford GT, for example. You drive pretty slow, like 100 miles an hour. if you're on a road. Still pretty fast, but a lot slower compared to like 170 that I get it too frequently. And actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about the cars again. Basically, you can drive around, and you guys can see there are cars everywhere, but you can't drive. Like, hold on, because like I need to reverse back around. But like this car here, this car, the Cobalt, that was in Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one. Now it's traffic. I'm pressing Q and I can't get in the car. And that's because it's not one of the cars you can drive. Cars you can drive have a little icon or emblem above them, the car brand. So if it's a Lamborghini, it'll have a Lamborghini in it. And actually, I already found this car right here. It is some Nissan, it looks like. But if I get back to it, yeah, it's the Nissan. I drive up to it, and it had that icon above it. And you can see that from a distance, see Nissan above it. If it has an icon, car, emblem, you can drive it. So I'm gonna go into that car. Maybe unlock nitrous or whatever for this. They go good car. GTR, this looks like. This is a pretty good car here. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this. But for the most part, I kind of like this game. Controls were all messed up. I didn't like them. I had to change them. And they're still kind of messed up because they haven't said everything correctly. But they are much better. Game's also on Origin. Don't like that. I kind of wish it was on Steam where all my friends are. But that's not necessarily a terrible thing. Games like Either Run, Delta 3 are already on Origin. So yeah, EA games, Origin, everything else, Steam. And another thing, I kind of wish this game had more of a story, even if it was like a cheesy Most Wanted remake kind of story. It just kind of like beat Most Wanted, that's it in this game. It's not really any characters or anything like that. You're basically just racing cars, not people. As you can probably tell by the Most Wanted cars, just Most Wanted 7 and their car, that's it. But I do like the car selection. There's a ton of cars. Other Need for Speed games have limited car selection. This game has a ton of cars. Like 120, I think. I haven't even found them all. Which is just crazy. I found like 30, 40 cars already. So, there are cars everywhere. You have to find them. That's kind of fun. Yeah, you don't really have that experience in a lot of other games, like racing games. Let's go ahead and yeah, this game goes by really quickly because I'm already like halfway through the blacklist. So, all right, so you get this kind of video. You can escape it by doing escape. Let's do that. And let's just do an attempt at this race. I'm not the best racer, but let's go and see what happens. You can see it says there's like checkpoints you're supposed to go. As you can see, we're driving off-road. This car right here, the Nissan GTR, is a little better off-road. Unlike the exotic, like the Ford GT or Tesla Model S, or not Model S, Tesla Roadster. So we're driving off-road, and we kind of just continue to be fast. Also, there are a lot more cars, like 8 cars per race, like if you look over Need for Speed games. Like Most Wanted, only 4 cars per race usually. I think you'll find it harder to get 4 cars per race, but not necessarily incredibly harder. That's kind of cool here. We're jumping from boat to boat. And, oh, I missed it. And I'm flying. To this Criterion, of course, you have these amazing sort of spin, crash, whatever views. But it gets kind of annoying if you crash for like 9 o'clock. You made a call, and it kind of some weird view kind of thing. And like the original one, I think you turn those things off, but this game I don't think so. And the speed camera, basically if you drive around, there are different cameras all over the city. You try to go as fast as you can past them. Your name gets listed on a list, and if you have friends with this game online, I don't have one right now because originally all my friends are on Steam. But if you do, they're able to beat you, you'll get notified, and you can jump to the speed place. So essentially, this is a very online, very social game, while still being a single player game, which is kind of cool. How EA is doing this. Most other games don't have that kind of experience. We'll hope that ends pretty soon because I'm first place. He'll go and crash into that spot like I did last time. It's pretty. Well, it's an easy race, but it should be able to win. But you never know. a lot of times with these racing games you mess up like one thing like that and you're done with the race. Although that's kind of like older racing games are more like that. Newer ones aren't so much because the AI can be a little bit smarter. They can tell if you crash, they can slow down because of that. But like the original game like this, if you crashed, you were pretty much gone. But I won off-road tires, burning nitrous, so this car is good with off-road tires already. It'll be even better, you'll be even faster off-road, better handling, things like that. And actually, I'm gonna, you see the most wanted list on the left? You can see their cars, and it says earn 78,000 bounty to race the player. And essentially that's how you level up in race people. You have to actually earn bounty by winning races, by doing cop chases, things like that. So I'm gonna apply these things. And I have cops actually, I'm not 100% sure. But if I do, I'll have to get rid of them. And then we'll wrap up the video. So, if I do, so get rid of the cops first.
Can you set suspect description of blocking units?
And the meetings stop because cops don't really have an effect on you. Kind of interesting, maybe they'll patch that later or something, but I don't know. That was kind of cool there. Just kind of sit on the side, big crash. Guess that's the way you get through a roadblock. And of course this is a stronger car than something like the Ford GT. Because this game actually hide cars everywhere, so essentially I'm looking for where cars might be, and maybe they'll be over here somewhere. Yep, you see the Porsche right there. I'm gonna actually jump into it. See, there's cars hidden everywhere. Some are easier to find, some are just the other side of the street. Oops. Yeah, trying to just switch cars when you're a cop chase because you kind of get busted. Because it's kind of hard to speed up. But nothing happens when you get busted, so no big deal. Actually, when I got busted for the first time, I think I got like points or something, but yeah, I don't know. But I guess that's it for this short little video. If you like Need for Speed Most Wanted racing games, I have the original one too I can play. I can also play this one if you want. I have any other Need for Speed game, I have them. I have other games, Saints Row. Kind of ask you if I have a game, I can always do games. So if you want to see any gameplay, if you have any game, let me know. What games you want to see, what games you like, what games you don't like, let me know. And check out theprime.co, subscribe to this YouTube channel, theprime.co. And on this YouTube channel I upload gaming videos pretty much every week. And sometimes I do some games like Saints Row, other days I do this, games like Most Wanted. Kind of mix it up. I also do Minecraft frequently, so just kind of check that out. And that's about it. I also do tech videos. Don't forget, I can't forget the tech videos right up there. Do I have it? Nope. But I also do tech videos on Saturdays where I talk about technology, the league technology. But that's about it. See you next week.